Good afternoon, Drew Dolan from DXD Capital. Great to have you here in the Business Growth Support podcast stage.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited.
Great, I'm excited too. I'm curious to your story.
I've been in real estate for 25 years, a lot of ground up development experience all over the US, probably done work in 20 different states. And for the last 10 years, it's only been self storage. That's all we do. That's what my focus is for the second half of my career. Americans have a lot of junk and we run out of space in our house, our closets, our garages to store all this junk. And that stuff goes somewhere. And it's more and more going into self storage. So 12% of the US population uses self storage. What is fascinating is that you have younger generations using it more and more than older generations. And as an example, 19% of all millennials today have storage. Only 12% of Gen X has storage. Only 5% of baby boomers have storage. So because the price of housing for rent and for sale has gone up much faster than incomes in the US, you have younger generations using it more as like their second or third bedroom, as the garage they can't afford in their apartment complex.
Wow, so it's really like a trend what you're seeing, and you made a business case out of it.
The industry, there are 50,000 storage facilities across the US. Canada has a robust market, UK, there's a small market in Mexico, small market in Dubai. I mean, there is storage everywhere. In the US, it's an absolute asset class that is not necessarily economically dependent. Like, we don't need the economy to be roaring for storage to do well, because people still pass away, kids still go to college, parents still move into senior living. It has a recession resiliency. Obviously, we like good times better than bad times, but it doesn't drop off the cliff. The performance doesn't drop off the cliff when the economy, turns down.
So it's truly a safe asset to invest in, basically, you're saying.
It is very safe in that the risk of self-storage is that too much gets built at one time. And that's just an oversupply factor. Our business is very susceptible to oversupply. And so if you have a facility where within the 3 mile, because that's all we care about, 3 miles, customers drive 10 to 15 minutes to use our self-storage. If there are no other facilities that are going to be built in our 3 mile and we're 90% occupied, like, we'll be 95 to 98 soon enough, raising rates, because every year more and more people are using it. So yes, it has a very protected downside as long as it doesn't get overbuilt.
I understand. You really see the AI wave is shaping the industry.
Yeah, I mean, an example, we use AI to look for opportunities to develop self-storage, and it underwrites itself. So, if we look at, on average, 1,000 opportunities, before, our guys would take, maybe 8 hours to sort through that and pick out the top 20. Now, using AI, we take that 1,000 and we pick out the top 10. And from a data perspective, those top 10 absolutely work. They are deals that the data says would work. Of the 20 that we used to pick out, probably only 5 of them were good deals because the data was misleading, because we didn't evaluate it like we do now. And that process, probably 30 different AI tools we've developed that handle a very specific process that makes our life more efficient. And it's just adding all those together as we grow.
Wow, you're really deep in the AI already. You say focus is the key. Is that also your belief that the best way to grow a business is focus, or you have another vision?
Well, there's certain people that in the organization must be focused. There's certain people at the organization don't necessarily need to be focused, because they're broad, doing different things, exploring different ideas. I can focus on only self-storage, but within that, I can do ground up, rehab an existing building, value add deals. You have to have focus, but not necessarily on everything, because of the entrepreneurial opportunity and spirit of this business.
Is your last advice you would like to give to the audience?
I mean, in real estate and investing, people probably heard this before, but relationships do mean everything. And ultimately, people do business with people. They do business with people they like, they know what they're talking about, have a really good chance of being successful. And so we live in a very small world. Commercial real estate at our scale is very small, and we can't burn bridges. We have to maintain relationships. And sometimes we have to let people go or it doesn't work out, but that doesn't mean you got to blow up the relationship. Now, granted, there are people that I'll never work with again, and I don't mind telling those people, I will never work with you again, or I will advise nobody else to work with you again. But that's on the flip side. Like they didn't treat people well. That's what they get. When you treat people well, whether it works out or not, you're going to get loyalty and it's going to benefit you throughout your career.
Great. Thank you for having here.
Awesome. It's great to meet you, and thanks for taking the time.